In the final clip of this module, we're going to talk about reflections, refractions, and Fresnel. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. To speed up our process, I've already created the three materials. Let's go to View Options and just scale out a little bit so we can see them all in one row. I've created M underscore reflect, M underscore refract, and M underscore Fresnel. Okay, great. So the first one we're going to cover is M underscore reflect. Let's double click and open it up. Zoom out a little bit. We'll create a gold looking material. We'll hold down the 3 key and create a vector 3 constant. Double click. Let's create something in the gold looking range. So something around here. And hit OK. And plug that into the base color. Then the other two parameters that we'll plug in would be metallic and roughness. So we know it's going to be metal. So we'll create a vector 1 constant, holding down the 1 key and clicking. We'll set the value to 1, and we'll drop that into metallic. The second vector 1 constant, we'll hold down the 1 key again and click, and we'll plug that into roughness. And the value of 0 is a little bit too chromic for me, so I'm going to add a little bit of roughness value in there. So we'll put in 0.1. We'll hit save. And we'll close the material editor. And let's drop that onto our first sphere here. Now, before we move on to refractions, the final step that I want to talk about in terms of reflectivity, if we zoom out a little bit, is this right here. It's a sphere reflection caption actor. And what do these do? These feed information to the reflection that's being calculated. Now, by default, this one in the scene has an influence radius set to 3000. Now, as you want areas that have higher accuracy for reflectivity, you'll add additional reflection capture nodes. And let's do that for our sphere. So we'll go under Window, we'll go under Modes and reopen the Modes window, and we'll type Reflect. And we've got three choices. There's a box reflection capture node, planar, and sphere. And sphere is what we're going to use. Drop that in. And let's hit F to frame up on it. And we're going to change the influence radius to something like 500. Okay, great. And as we zoom in, we can see that we are getting greater accuracy. And we move it around. It changes the reflection parameters a little bit on the sphere. Nice. Okay, so let's go to the next material that we're going to talk about, which is our refraction. So let's go down here and we'll go to M underscore refract, double click. Let's zoom out. The first thing that we're going to want to do for modifying a refraction is select our base material node, and we'll set our blend mode to translucent. And what's that going to do for us? It's going to turn on a refraction parameter. So that's the first one we'll set. And for this one, I'm going to set scalar parameters. So I'm going to hold down the S key and left click. We'll call this refract driver. Hit enter. We can plug that into the refraction parameter. And we can plug in a refractive index into this. I'm going to use water, which is 1.3. And at the end of this clip, I will refer you to a whole list of refractive indexes. So 1.3. We can also set the opacity and the base color. So we'll just hold down the 3 key, double click, and we'll set just a light blue as if we were looking at water. Hit OK. Plug that into the base color. And then finally, let's set our opacity. So we'll hold down S for another scalar parameter. We'll call this opacity. And we'll set the default value to 0.2, so it's mostly transparent. And then let's hit apply or save. And let's close our material editor and apply it to the second sphere in the level and see what's going on. So let's zoom in. And so we can see, just like water, it's bending the way light's going through it and giving us a nice refraction. Let's go in and let's modify that value and just see what it looks like as we're modifying it in the scene. So let's select the refraction driver and let's just hold down the left key and slide. Nice. So we can see if we really crank it up, we get really big refractions. And if we set the refractive property below 1, then we're actually getting something akin to a wide angle lens. Okay, so let's set it back to water. And then finally, let's also show how this refraction might be used stylistically with a mask or two. So let's go down to textures. And I've brought in 2 masks that we can try out, the T_cloud and T_circle ramp lens. So I'm going to shift click and drag those in. And we'll full screen and we'll add this just in a similar way that we've been doing in a previous clip, where we'll hold down the M key, create a multiply node, and we'll bring in this first, we'll tie A, B, and into refract. And so now if we hit save, if we take a look at this in the level, the areas in the center are getting very little refraction. And then near the edges, we're getting a lot of refraction because of the ramp that we've added to the scene. Okay, that's nice. As another stylized example, we could plug in this cloud-looking texture. And we'll hit save. Let's close and let's just leave it there. We've got this really nice dappley looking refractive parameter that's going on. Nice. Let's move on to our final material, which is a Fresnel. Let's go up here, M_Fresnel. I'm going to double click and full screen. We'll right click and type Fresnel. And we're going to choose the Fresnel utility here. And I'm just going to quote from the Unreal documentation on Fresnel. Fresnel is the term used to describe how the light you see reflects at different intensities based off the angle that you are viewing it from. Okay, well, what exactly does that mean, or what sort of ways have we experienced this in real life? We're probably most familiar with this when looking at a reflective surface like water. Now, if you're looking directly perpendicular to the water, you probably wouldn't see any reflections. But then if you move to a sort of glancing angle, you'll start to see more reflectivity. Now, we could use this in the same way and show reflectivity, but I want to show it in our third example more stylistically. And where you've seen this in games is where characters or objects in games might need a cartoonish outline. And we're going to use that to achieve an outline in this example. So let's plug this in to the emissive color. And then let's hold down the S key and create a scalar parameter. And the larger number that you get, the more it will push this towards the edge here. So let's put this exponent in. And let's put the value to like 7. You'll see that it pushes to the edge a little bit more. And we can play with that parameter. If we dial it up, we'll see almost no edge showing. Whereas if we dialed it to like 0.5, we'd see much more of a gradient going all the way to black here. So we'll keep that at 7. Hit enter. We could also plug in a base color just to give it some look. Give it a nice purple. And so now we've got purple on the inside with a white edge. We could also color the edge, but I think for this example, we're all right. So hit save, we'll close the material editor, and we'll apply this to the sphere. And as we move around the sphere, we've got this showing at all angles. If we applied this to even something complicated, like this statue, we would see the outline from any angle. Wonderful. So as a final step before we sign off from this clip and from this module, let's quickly show some resources, and then we're going to recap the clip and recap the module. So let's switch over to the resources. I have 3 resource pages that I'm sharing with you. This first is the Unreal Reflections documentation, and as you scroll down, specifically I want to point out the related topics and reflection considerations. So if we click on reflections considerations and scroll down, the idea stylistically of contrast is really nice, that the higher contrast you have in your scene, the more you're going to perceive reflections. Additionally, as you scroll down, this is what I was talking about in terms of the reflection capture nodes and using them in a hierarchical way. This might be the 3001, and then the way we showed it, we had one that was set to like 500. Okay, great. The next we talked about refraction and the refractive indexes. Now, this is a scientific principle that you're applying in the Unreal Engine. There's a whole list of refractive indexes that we can reference here. Great. Let's switch to the Fresnel documentation. And as you scroll down, you can see it provides a lot of additional references to the node and to setting it up, as well as other ways that you might want to try out. Okay, wonderful. Let's go back into the level. Let's recap this clip. We've created a reflective material. We've talked about reflection nodes and the connection to accuracy and reflection. We've talked about refraction, refractive indexes, and how to set up a nice refractive material with a mask. And then finally, we've gone more stylistic on the use of a Fresnel to create a highlight around this object from any angle. Wonderful. Let's rapidly summarize what we've done in this module. We've talked about the constant vectors 1 through 4. We've talked about a lot of the basic parameter nodes. We've talked about multiply, add, lerp. We've done masks, transparency, and finally we've done reflectivity, refraction, and Fresnel. We've covered a lot. That'll wrap things up. We'll see you in the next module.